Oh, that's right, it just starts. We have that on. This is on. Doing great. Check. 1, 2, check. I don't know how people do this and it works just fine. It works just fine. Honestly. Good God. A lot of times I feel like I have to double check everything. What? Oh, let's start with the, Welcome to your Wellness Wednesday. This is a thing I decided to start today when I realized I was feeling kind of ugh. And some people, a lot of people can feel a bit ugh when you're getting halfway through the week. But we're all here now to try to get some of that yuck out of us, interact with each other, tell everyone it's going to be, tell us it's going to be all right. It's fine. Let's see how this goes. Greetings. My name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Mental Musings. Zenbood. Well. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here, Zenbood. As always, it is appreciated. I nearly forgot to do this. That's how bad I was today. My head still feels heavy. It's always here. So I have a hat on and try to keep myself balanced. Nothing's even really wrong with me. In fact, things are fine, but Zenbood, how are things on your end? I know your birthday was recently. You had some nice wine. We talked to you on Sunday, and yesterday too, a little bit. How is your mentalness? Mama KillCo is trying to get in touch. What's happening? Oops. Doing great. I didn't even plug in my phone properly. And of course you're wondering, well, we're not playing games. Why do you have the headset on? Well, because I'm trying to keep my head together. Putting the headset on is part of it. Oh. Hold on. We have a thing. We have an incident. Nothing bad. Just trying to remember something that I did. Check my own Patreon. I'm gonna send a vote to. We have a vote for. I can't talk and do things at the same time. Super release. Did I just change the label? Ah. Huh. I'm getting bamboozled. So Mama KillCo sent me a picture of a Maker's Mark private selection. The label's different. Like they changed the front. And it doesn't look like the ones I have. So I'm thinking, oh, private select. And then I looked at it and it's hand selected by MB Spirits first edition, meaning she's at a liquor store that did a barrel pick. And it's, what, $70? I'll tell her that's a store pick. A? That looks like a store pick? Yeah. I know how to grammar. Leave me alone. I wish I could see what it says underneath it. It says a big pink thing underneath it. It says add something. It's $69.99. I'm not telling her to not buy it, but I'm not telling her to buy it. What I really wanted was the Keeper's release. So if you ever see that out there, get one. Taking the last 2 days off, been in chiropractor, neck is loosening up after being generally stiff for ages. Good. That's a good thing. We want to hear good things like that. That's part of why I'm trying to do this. I'm not exactly a wellness advocate, so to speak. You know, I'm not going to tell you to do yoga or anything like that. Oh, Mama KillCo's in a market basket liquor store. What the hell? That's what that is. I was like, MB? What the heck's that? That's hilarious. So anyone else who's here, we're all here to check in. You got something to get off your chest, share with the class. Because, I don't have anything really bad. I just feel bad today. I had to lie down for 2 hours and do nothing. I think I dozed off briefly. For me, one of the things I do when I feel this way, which is, you know, is kind of blip out for a moment, lie down, lose consciousness, come back out of it, and then, oh, Mama KillCo's a magnificent bastard. I'll tell you said that. She'll be very happy about that. Oh. So that's the general idea behind this Wellness Wednesday, is just to check in with each other. The world's pretty nuts. And all I have is this little space, this little pixel that's on the internet to share with all of you. And I'd like it to be a place where we can just, as a group, maintain a level of stability. Just a little bit. Just so we're not wobbling too much. So that's the idea with this. I couldn't think of anything else. I was, you know, it used to be Whiskey Wednesday. Well, I have whiskey behind me, but I'm not drinking any. So if you're drinking whiskey, please tell me. Tell me all about it. That's funny. A market basket, single barrel pick of Maker's Mark. You want to see? We'll see if the picture can come up. It's a little hard to share my camera or my cell phone with a camera with you. But let's try. $69.99. Do it. There we go. Maker's Mark Private. See, that label looks different, right? MB Spirits, first edition. Market basket. She's actually in your neck of the woods, Zen Moon. If you want to say hi, she's going to be there for like a week. She's staying at one of those extended stay places. Keep an eye on Dad. Apparently he's got a new roommate. Another reason why I need a little wellness in my life. Dad still, you know, has to go through physical therapy, and every time I think about it, I think about how I would handle everything that's happened to him. It's not, I wouldn't handle it well at all. I would be so miserable. So I think that's sitting in the back of my mind somewhere, rent-free. But I'm trying to counter that with travel plans. Which reminds me of the vote. The vote. If you're a member of the channel, which you should be, or a patron, plug, you can vote on the upcoming first steps into the real world. I'll go out there, and you'll get to see how I manage. You get to watch me just kind of semi-freak out the whole time. It'll be great. It's very entertaining, seeing me being uncomfortable. I know that because every time I say, do a poll or a goal or something where it's like, I'm going to do something I'm not going to like or it's uncomfortable, everyone loves it. All right, let me see here. View channel. Now, did I put posts? I actually put the place. I did. Okay. So we have 3 places, and this is going to be a general poll. I'm not going to keep this for sure as definite because this all depends on how many people are here and how many people want to participate in this little time. I have to spell these places out. And I learned some things about places from doing all this. First of all, Montpelier is the capital of Vermont. That was a word that was hard to find. And Concord is the capital of New Hampshire. You would think that these things I would know because I've lived in New England my whole life. You would be wrong. Hell, not long ago, I'm talking years now, but I, for some reason, thought Niagara Falls was on the other side of the country for a while. I don't know why. There was no, I just never bothered to check. Sugar Kitty, hello. Wait. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. As always, it's appreciated. Yes, and also a happy German beer day. It was a bunch of days. It was a bunch of stuff today. It's like book day and a number of other things. That's why I went searching for first. I'm like, could I do a thing for today? What kind of thing? What day thing can I do? That was one that I saw Ken did. And I thought about grabbing some kind of non-alcoholic beer, but none of them are very German, so I didn't. All I have right now is the non-alcoholic Blue Moon and Biro. And I had one of those yesterday. I heard a strange sound. Not the sound I expected, which was Mama KillCo. So if you hear that bing ding ding, that's someone messaging me, which always surprises me. Yes. Mama KillCo hasn't checked this channel recently. I could use that. I don't really have anything good to mix with Liars today. So I thought about getting a soda, but I shouldn't drink soda. Well, I really do need to use those non-alcoholic things more often. I just forget. I don't have mixing stuff. We've talked about this. The whole non-alcoholic mocktails usually have some sort of sugary juice or sugary soda to substitute because they can't think of anything else to do. I've tried soda water, but that's not great. All right, let's see if I can do this properly. I have too many different places I can do things. It gets a little confusing. I haven't done this in so long. Oh wait, I'm gonna get rid of the thing if I do that. I forgot. All right, I'm gonna leave the poll to halfway through, so we got maybe 15-ish more minutes. And when there are more people around. The poll again is going to be which place I visit first for my little car adventure. I am planning to take myself and my vehicle off into the world to be by myself in nature and just to get out and put myself in a very difficult position because I don't do well leaving my apartment, if I'm being honest. But also to fight back against the depression, which is why we're doing Wellness Wednesday. I feel kind of crap, but I'm trying to make sure I can shove that away and realize all of us are here and in this together. It helps. But it'll, like, my depression is taking too much of my life and, you know, taking things I would have enjoyed doing in all likelihood, or at least I would have done. Maybe I would have enjoyed them because depression, but enjoyed doing to some extent. I know a lot of the things that I've have been in my head are things that I didn't do. Tom McKellen, hello. Just welcome, thank you for bringing your time and attention here. As always, just greatly appreciated. You have no idea. So let's see. Reminding myself that I can click on stuff. Sunshine and fresh air is free, sometimes helps. Yes, that's another big thing. Going out into the world, seeing spring, experiencing summer. I'm going to have hard times with the heat. I don't do well with heat, just like I don't do that great with cold. Cold is a little more manageable in my head. You just bundle up. Heat gets too hot outside, take off all the clothes, and then you're still going to be hot. We'll see. My car has AC. So that's always a plus, knowing I can cool off if I really, really need to. But the whole idea is just you get to watch me go on a grand adventure. Mom, I'm doing a live stream. Mom. Okay. The cops are coming for me. There. Zenbuchi officially knows You think she's a magnificent bastard. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can. I hear it, but then I'm used to hearing it. Actually, that's a fire truck. That's not a. It's not police. I can tell the difference. You let me know if you can hear it or not. I think it's gone now. Someone's having a worse day than I am. Jesus Christ. And I'm not even having a bad day. Remind yourself of that, as when you can. When I'm feeling like this, I have to try to remind myself of like what's happening right now, and what is making me feel the way I am feeling. I've done a lot of what do they call it? Cognitive behavioral therapy. Behavioral therapy. I use it a lot, so much so that it's ingrained into my being that when I start to feel something and I'm fighting with it, and the emotion starts to swell, it's like, all right, well, what's happening? Why do you feel like this? How about you stop? It's not really worth it. Happens a lot to me when I'm driving. People start acting weird. Remind yourself that this is just a moment. And, oh, she says, of course I am, Zenbu, just so you know. Just a moment and it will pass. This too will pass. Good stuff. So anyone else here? Zenbu, I know you're in pretty good spirits. Sugar Kitty, what's going on? Did you have any beer? John McKellen, how are things on your end of the world? I forget where you are, John McKellen. Nope. As if I really know where people are to begin with. Let's and a reminder, Tangia thing is open. I'd like people to play with that a little bit. If I can, mostly just to see if it works. I'm pretty sure it does. Something should happen right about here. At least that's the idea. It's a way to interact with the stream. It's fairly popular on Twitch. So I'm testing it out here. And we have used it a couple times. It's silly. And I get to pick what the options are. I think I have stuff from Men in Black, Star Trek. What else? I honestly don't remember. I picked a bunch of them. I can't remember what they all are. There's nonsense. David Basie, hello. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's very much appreciated. I'm having a week. I'm not having a bad week. I think part of me is getting upset about next week. I have to try to figure out what's wrong. It's like, it's not even something I'm consciously aware of, but I know something that's happened today that could have, been part of it, is that I just talked to my coach, trainer, whatever you want to call her. Trainer makes me sound like an animal. My coach. She's my trainer. Coach. And the place I've been going to for many years is closing down next week. I just got the last 3 classes set. I'm not happy about it. I know that's an easy way to trigger a depression thing, and I'm pretty sure that's what might have caused it, booking the last 3 classes. But all is not lost. If anything, that's going to give me some time to figure out what to do next. What I'm looking at now as a general idea, and part of why I want to do a goal thing again, is it opens a new door. There are things in the works that might help me out, but it also gives me the time frame to try and test things out. So, very vaguely, the first full week of May, so like the 7th to maybe the 10th or the 11th, depending, will be when I try to take a few steps out, make the choice. Once the voting is done, I go to wherever the vote happens to land and then come back after like 2 days. The idea is 1 day to drive up, a night stay, another day to explore, a night stay, another day to explore, and then 1 more night stay and a drive back. So that'll be 3 nights spent in the car in a row to see if I can handle that kind of thing. The real concern is showering. I don't like the idea of being out for 3 days and like, ugh. Shower's gonna feel real good when I get back, but there are items which I think are linked below I don't want to push this too hard because I know it's just... I'm putting so much stuff on this travel list. It's silly. It really is. It's silly to put so much stuff. I just recently put a tent on there. Why? I realized I might need a tent. And this is for big months from now when I go visit my friend in Oregon. Oregon? Whatever.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
No showers. I will become a creature of the night. I have been for most of my life, honestly. Thank you, Zembud, for sharing that with everyone. Look how long you've been a member. You've been a member for over a year. How dare you? Thank you again for sticking around. Ugh. Yeah, I'll become something. And I'll try to do live streams along the way. What was I doing? I was checking the stream thing. I don't remember if I put it in there. I didn't. Shoot. I've reused the thing underneath. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are, like, I've started just like going down the rabbit hole of traveling by car and by RV and camping out and all this stuff. You find plenty. I knew much, but a daily shower is nice. Sure will make stronger KillCo. It will do something, all right. Either it'll make me a better person and someone who's explored and that kind of thing, or I'll just fall underneath and crumble under the pressure. Just find myself lost in the woods somewhere. Sucking my thumb. All right, let me get this situated. Oh, flashbang. Baby oils have used when it went to NASCAR racers. Whoa, 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 hey.
Here's some gas money.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. I always like that little... I'm very pleased with that reaction I get for that. I appreciate that a lot. If you've never watched... If you have never watched Golden Boy, it's an anime, it's dubbed. You have to watch it dubbed because it's absolutely absurd. It's a little raunchy sometimes and really weird. But if you need a laugh, and you like anime, and you understand that kind of thing, it's pretty damn funny. That's what that is from. That is exactly what it's from. It's hilarious. Share the list. I'm just going to put this in the chat real quick. And then I'll start getting the thing settled. Richie Z. Welcome. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It is very much appreciated. How are you? Again, I hope all of you feel free to share how you're feeling. Let's get something off your chest, whatever. That's part of why I'm doing this tonight. Just to give myself and all of you a place to just, shrug off some of the week and be like, all right, we're halfway through. I can do this. I've done it before. I can do it again. I guess that's the travel supplies. I was just talking with my friend in Oregon about the camp location we're going to, and little things like no actual plumbing of any sort. They do have a bathroom, but it's one of those... They had a weird word for it. I don't remember what it was, but it'll do the job. It's just not... No public plumbing way out there in this location. It's very much camping. That'll be a treat. All right, let's see here. I got rid of the thing just now, didn't I? Travel. Supplies. Wish list. That should be it. I hope. And if not, I mean to delete that immediately. There it is. Okay, good. I'm hanging. I'm really... I spent 2 hours in bed today. I hate to admit the fact, but one of the worst things about having my condition, and just lots of people who are like me out there have this problem, is being touch deprivation. You're touch starved. You haven't had any like physical comfort of any sort. Oh, so I have a body pillow. That helps a little bit. But it is a very obnoxious feeling, and it doesn't go away easily. The joys of being single right there, folks. Like, And that is not something I like to share with anyone. But again, we're doing this share our feelings thing today. Did I give it a thumbs up? I did, okay. They call it touch starvation. Is that what it's called? I'm so hungry. Starving. Now, before I accidentally delete it again, I need to get the thing set up. Also, please be sure to like and subscribe. I remembered. I only remembered because the thing just went by, didn't it? It did. Remember to smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that's weird. What else do we have? Oh, wait. There was a big tip earlier. Hold on. That's not the right button. That's definitely not the right button. Okay. There you go. Thank you again, Zenfood. I have to remember to use that. It's silly. Oh, I shared my feelings. People got scared. Getting up is another thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mentioned it earlier. I kind of blip out of existence temporarily. It's not so bad. I like to think of it as a reset. I go to bed, I lie down, and then my brain goes, prep. And then I come back. So sleepy. All right. No. Keep me in a flashbang by my own thing. I'm trying to look up my... This is content. That's not really what I'm looking for. Posts. There we go. So again, while I have enough of you here, I'm going to do this poll. The pinned comment's going to disappear, but again, I'm just showing that off. It's a new thing the kids are playing with, so I got to try it. There we go. Channel members. Channel members. We have a poll. The poll is where I'm actually going to go first for this whole little adventure. Let me get this situated. I remember how to make a poll, for one thing. Start a Q&A. I can just answer your questions live without a Q&A part of it. Maybe not. I'm not sure what that is, actually. Start a Q&A. Ask me any questions now. All right. Oh, what did I call it exactly? Where to go first? Let's call that. And the answers are yes and no. Oops. Ugh. I hope I'm doing this right, because I can't tell. I don't use this very often. Actually, more of us should share how we're feeling, because I think too many of us don't. And it's not healthy. Again, this might be a regular theme sort of stream, or it might just be a once in a while thing, once a month. We'll see. All right, I think I did this right. There might be one extra option that's just left blank. I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah, never mind. I got rid of it. Where to go first? Start the poll. Go. It's very bright. And I'll have to take a picture of these results. Some of you already know that if you're a member, you're probably voting twice. And if you haven't voted already and you're a member, go to the recent posts that are part of the channel. I forget what it's called exactly, but there is a place where I can post stuff, and you should see it, I hope. Hit that like button and such. And vote. Again, this is all... You guys get to choose. Pick your own adventure, except I'm the one adventuring, and you get to pick. Right now, I believe New Hampshire is in the lead. Last time I checked, which was earlier today. Oh, someone wants to go to Maine. My nutritionist wants me to go to Maine, by the way. She's like, go to Maine. I'm like, all right. She really likes it there, apparently. Oh. Ow. Oop. I'm gonna put my phone away. I guess that's another thing you can do. What are some of the things you do when you're feeling kind of glum? And we'll start there. I usually play games. Let's be real. If you've been watching this channel for a while, I tend to play a lot of games. Part of it is just to distract myself from reality, because there's just too much reality, too many horrible things going on in the world. I'm just focusing on getting up out of bed. Oh, and as I mentioned, something that has probably put me in a down state was just knowing that the next 3 classes I take at my fitness place are going to be the last ones, and then it's going to shut down. Yes, Richie Z, we're going tiny baby steps. First few places I'm going to go are New England bound, and I want to head north because it's going to be cooler. And I might go back again for a different spot depending on the win, or whoever wins the vote. Like, going to Maine in summer might be a better idea. Early spring, I don't know, it might get too cold. So I'm thinking short kitty. Oh, hell yeah. Yes, that was one of the topics that came up with my nutritionist. She was talking about this. I think it was a forest, like a natural forest, and all those, which you don't think about when you think about Maine, is all those islands. There are a lot of islands out there. She wouldn't even think about it at all. I just thought of Maine as like the big part at the top of New England, and then there's like all this coastal stuff that I didn't even think about. Was oblivious to. So maybe do a Vermont trip in autumn once the leaves start really getting up there. That might be a great idea. And the end goal, as a reminder, is I am hoping to go maybe at the end of August, across the country, to visit my friend in Oregon. I'll stay there for about a week and drive my ass back. There is also the plans of visiting other channels who would be interested in meeting me, and that probably won't happen until after August 2, if at all, because I know I'd be visiting other whiskey channels. And at the moment, I'm not drinking alcohol. So it would be a little weird to go and visit them and then be like, yay, I'm here. So, that's a nice whiskey collection you have. Oh, I gotta share something. I gotta share my bad habits and my another thing about my depression, my mental illness stuff is making poor financial decisions. It's part of why I put a wish list up, because then it's just like I looked at it, I put it there. I'm not gonna buy it. I'll just leave it. But in this case, I failed. But it's a good fail. I put it as a rational investment. Hartford is basically a bedroom community. Yeah. I've been to, like, I go to Irene Tan's place in Connecticut enough times to be like, I'm comfortable being in Connecticut. And I've gone there enough times, but I haven't gone back to my grandmother's old apartment complex. I know exactly where it is. And this is the grandmother on my mother's side. She lived way out there. So we went there a lot when I was a kid. Here we go. Let me show you the evilness. Whoop. It is the bomb. The bomb. The bourbon of magnificent bastards. If you're wondering, bomb. So that's right there. And this is at 56.75%. 55% Texas white corn, 35% Texas wheat, 10% Texas malted barley, aged for 4 years in a Char No. 2 new oak barrel. Distilled and bottled by Crowded Barrel Whiskey Co., Austin, Texas. I believe this is their first actual release of the bomb. Made all at their place. So it's been sitting there long enough to finally release it after 4 years. And I've been involved with, in some little way, the creation of the damn thing. Or at least being part of that community for the whole process. Ugh, my legs. I can't read Vermont. But also, same area, just on the other side of Lake Champlain. Just as good New York area as Fort Ticonderoga. for one. I've heard that word because I could say it. I looked at it, I went, what? And then I went, oh, I've heard that weird name before. Ticonderoga. There's also another mini jump might be to visit Niagara Falls. That's not too far from here. Although I thought it was on the other side of the country for a while. Richie Z, I hope so. From what I understand it, there's a lot of plastic surgery, celebrities, and fire in California. Good food, too. A lot of rumors about lots of good food over there. Yeah, that's another thing. I want to be able to go to distilleries and breweries. Again, if I can ever drink again, let's keep that in mind. I have that placed very well in my mind, that it might be that I can't drink alcohol anymore. I don't think that's likely. But that is also just a seriousness of my condition sort of thing. But there was no implications that that was how bad it was. It was just not good. And a reminder to anyone who's wondering about why I'm not drinking in my liver and all that. Fibrosis of the liver, which just means scarring. And as the liver is something that is supposed to repair itself completely all the time, if you're doing enough damage to scar it, you're doing a little too much. You need to chill. And with that, I also need to remind you, oh no, no drams for me. I haven't had a dram for real in about 200 and something odd days right now. I'm just gonna look. I have been off the sauce for quite a while. Let's see. I did buy myself the bottle though. So it's like, while I'm not drinking whiskey, I am technically now just a collector. So I'm become the thing I hate. People who just buy whiskey bottles and put them on a shelf. That's the reality for now. This is 245 days of sobriety. Which means, if I check this right, I'm not sure 100%, but it looks like, let's see, today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So, nah, just barely. Unless this day is off by a little. I was thinking maybe Sunday I could do 250 days sober as a stream. But again, I'm not really thinking of sobriety as my thing. Great places. I lived there as a kid. Oh, nice. You lived everywhere, Sugar Kitty. You have seen more of the world than I even know. Sir, thank you. It's become much easier. It was thankfully never very difficult. But I know for other people it might have been very hard to stop. But for me it was relatively easy. You still miss it. And the good thing is I'm used to this as a backdrop. Like, what am I making the channel, getting the donations, Patrick Greeny helping to build this entire set basically. So I know it looks good. I know it's impressive. I've had the maintenance people come in here. They had to show up today to fix my sink, my kitchen sink. There's nothing really wrong with it. Just like the hand squirty thing. I don't know what to call it, but there's a little black piece that's supposed to keep it in place, and it came loose. So it just like, it was a mess. Mostly traveled there. Okay, you're well traveled. You're a man of the world. I am a man of this room. So having this as a backdrop already didn't change anything there. I'm not thinking like the whiskey is staring at me. Oh, I can taste it, no. It's just part of the scenery. It's more for you guys than me. At least from the display. Also Misfits. Woo. This is another little thing I do for my own mental well-being. If I'm feeling great, I put on a shaggy shirt. I would not wear this out. This is a large at least, probably extra large. Something I had since I was a kid.
Mr. Fancy Pants.
Deborah goes, hello. Whoop, wrong button. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you for being a member for 4 months. I'm glad to know that you are still intrigued by this channel. Yes. I like to say camping because it sounds better, but really I'm just going to be living in my car. I have the little fold-out bed, or a bed that rolls up. It's like 2.5 inches or something. And I pulled that out and I fixed that up. I just got some storage space. So I have a little storagey thing in there to keep things from jostling around. And I did big adult thing today. Big boy Brian. I got my car looked at briefly. Like it's one of those. All right, here's the deal. So in the car, let's say I don't use this very often, but this is going to be great for the display here. So let's say I'm laying in my car. This is the back of the car, I'm lying down. And then to my left is the car door. So like my feet are in the trunk. That's how this is going to work. My feet are going to be in the trunk, the rest of me is going to be in the back seat. The side on the right, on my left, is going to be the right back door. And when I was sitting back there, I did what you expect. Be like, all right, this isn't so bad. I did a little short. I'm like, okay, cool. And then, oh God, please go back. Please don't be, there we go. I wasn't sure it was gonna stick. There we go. Now I feel like I'm sitting up straight. So I then tried the door to get out. It wasn't opening. So I then became concerned about, all right, is this a major problem? Like, do I have to bring it back to the dealer and be like, what the hell, the door doesn't open? Or should I just see the guy down the road who's my mechanic, who's been very helpful with helping me out with my old car, and now he's helped me out twice with the new one. Once was, wait, no. I dropped off a tire there. I had a spare tire I took from the other car, and I just dropped it off with him. But for this, there's a child safety thing, which I didn't know about. The door just wouldn't open. I thought it could be a child safety thing, but my confusion was like there was no little switch or doodad or anything for me to flick or, you know, like child lock, turn on, turn off. Nothing. Apparently it was a time frame for vehicles where you had to like mess with the side of the door, like open the door and it's right there. He had to use like a screwdriver and just twist something. And it was done. Saved me a lot of worry and time and such, because the last thing I wanted to think was like, oh God, I have to go back to the dealership because the door won't open. Ugh. Even if I've lived in limited places, one is literally halfway around the world, so well-traveled is very accurate. Yeah. Canada is an option, by the way. Again, we're testing things out. I've thought about going into Canada to hang out there for a little while during the summer. Like if I were to go up there for anything, it'd be during the summer where it's hot and being down here is a little warm. If they'll let me in. I'm not gonna go there. So it was good that I did the adult thing. I've been meaning to do it, go check out with the mechanic, and bada bing, bada boom. Car is fixed, I can get out just fine, which was very important if there were an emergency. And I had to get out of my car quickly while I was sleeping in the back. So there's that. And again, if you want to look at what the wish list is, I just posted it a minute ago. If you want to see the kind of nonsense I've been putting on there to prep myself for this kind of big, long trip. Everything else right now is very small and won't be too difficult for me to deal with. The one thing I'm going to have to deal with, I probably have to buy myself, is like a propane stove thing. Because I know I can make coffee. There's also a coffee thing I need to buy. The Sugar Kitty, you're going to have to jump in with this. You know what it is. The plunger one. I can never remember the name. That's a thought. But I need to be able to boil water. Hot water for coffee, hot water for oatmeal. What else? Pasta. I started going all over all the things I can make in a little pot on a tiny little camping stove. And those are the easy ones. Peanut butter and jelly and apples. Or an apple. That's a good one. I had that for lunch today. I don't know what I'm having for dinner yet. French press, thank you. See, I can't think of French as a thing, but French coffee, French roast. Yep, this doesn't stick. Welcome to depression. You don't remember shit because you don't remember shit. It is a newer vehicle. My old vehicle was a 2007 Chevy Malibu, which honestly might have been better just for the size of it. This new one is a bit of a smaller one, but is a 2014 Ford Focus. It is very red. I like to say it's tomato red. So imagine tomato, and that's the color. It's like a reddish, kind of orangish thing. Very bright, so it's going to stand out no matter where I go. But that's okay, because it's just a red car. There are plenty of those out there. And the main reason I did that is so I could find it in a parking lot. And Mom and Dad have a red car. They both have red cars, so it's kind of a thing. I had to follow around with that. And, of course, my early car that was officially mine, or felt like it was officially mine, it was my parents', was a two-door Chevy Caliber, I think. I really liked that car. I felt pretty sporty with that one. So a little throwback was getting another red car. I think that's the name of it. I really don't remember what kind of car it was. I just know it was a Chevy two-door thing. I was pretty styling with it. Right? Yeah. I went to my mechanics. That's the one thing I did, was I talked to my mechanics that I know and I trust their opinion. And they said, and I still have them on my phone for whatever reason. A Ford, a Toyota, or a Honda? Hyundai. Honda? He said Honda, but no GDI motor. Apparently something was up with that. But I just went with a Ford. You know, the car I found ended up being about $8,000. I'll be paying that off for the next 4 years at least. On top of the giant loan I have for credit card debt. Cavalier, that's right, the Cavalier. I knew that wasn't right. Because I thought Excalibur, and I was like, no, that's not it. So I believe it was a Chevy Cavalier. That was a snazzy little car. So now you all know if you want to get a car. You have the 3 ones you can get. Although I don't know if that's a solid statement anymore, because there are other things in the world that have happened that might have changed people's car buying options. Everyone, make sure you vote. Where to go first? Montpelier, Vermont, Portland, Maine, or Concord, New Hampshire? Right now, Portland is the winner. With 6 votes. What is wrong with you guys? Why do you guys want me to go to Maine so bad? I thought like one person had voted, then I looked. It's like 6. Oh. I'll add that to the list. Again, my nutritionist is keen on me going there. I feel like I'm cheating now because I'm getting a poll, and a lot of you are already members and patron people of mine. But if you're not, you should be. Ha 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 ha. Gotta keep doing that, man. I don't like plugging myself, but I need to. I really need to. And we're getting ever closer to the 1,000 subscriber count. Once I do that, YouTube will love me for real. It's true. That's when I get that sweet, sweet ad revenue. Ugh, I am hungry. Shit. My stomach's doing that thing where it's almost painful. Ugh. Right here. I've eaten today, too. It's just been kind of light. Used Hondas aren't that cheap anymore now. I think it was a pretty good deal. The key thing is 30,000 miles on the car. It's a 2014 Ford Focus with only 30,000 miles on it. 30,000 something. It's changed since I bought it, but it was a big deciding factor on, oh, this car hasn't really been driven around much. You know what I can do? I can drive it around a bunch, like to the other side of the country and back. Keep in mind, this is a month-long adventure we're talking about. It'll take me 4 to 5 days to get there if I drive fairly regularly for like 4 or 5 days. It is not a small trip, and I will also do some minor things in between. There's thoughts of visiting my friend Greg again. There is also thoughts of... I know, it's been like that for a while. It's infuriating, but I know as long as I keep plugging away, you know, it has to happen eventually. So I keep telling myself. But yeah, visiting my friend in Missouri, possibly driving down to Austin, Texas later in the year, you know, when it's not 100 degrees there. And that'll also give me a chance to visit Iron Root Distillery at the top of Texas. I've been wanting to go there for a while. And I talked with Four Leaf briefly, visiting her. I forget where she is, though. She's in the Midwest, right? She's in Help. Possibility of seeing Whiskey Mountains in Utah, because I'll be on the other side of the country. Might as well. Like, hi, I'm in your neck of the woods. How are you? It'd be nice to see her in person. I keep trying to get them to come over here, but again, it's rough. Travel is not cheap. Concord? Concord. Squeaky chair. All kinds of plans. Nothing severe. There's another part of this that's not great, and I know that, is I'm very... What is it when someone doesn't make plans and just kind of does things? I go with a feeling, you know? Not with like anything that makes sense. I've done this for every time I've traveled somewhere. I don't plan things out strictly. I know places I might want to go. I know I mark a lot of places nearby that I might find interesting. And then I kind of go with it when I get there. Specifically going for places to eat. And what else? Like in Texas, I kind of vaguely figure out when I'm going to go to a distillery or go get food somewhere. That might not be the best idea when going out into the wilderness, because I could get lost. But if you've looked at the wish list, there are a lot of supplies on there. Oh no. Supplies on there that will hopefully get me through everything. And of course, my browser has an attitude. Hold on. Ooh, flashbang. There you go. Weird. My computer hates me now. We'll see. Oh, it's not going to show up. Richie's, yeah, I clicked on your comment. 1K this year. I hope so. I'd like to think I can get more than 50 more people this year. The Irish goddess in person? Maybe. I hope to. The idea is to see Four Leaf in person at some point. But I forget where she is. Tell me where she is. I think she's in... Is she in Michigan? Or is it somewhere near there? On another note, Michigan is a really weird shape. Another little... I've learned something through maps recently, and that is that I would love to go see, like, I really want to go see Adriana. I know she's not doing whiskey stuff strictly anymore because work and a real life, but I know she's doing stuff with women in whiskey still, I believe. I've really pulled back from any other channels, so forgive me if I don't know the what's going on in the world of the whiskey. I'm sure everyone's still doing their thing. All right, well, Portland, Maine seems popular tonight. Ohio. I forget where Ohio is. Cleveland. Got it. You know what I did? Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. I thought of the Drew Carey show. That's right. That's doable, right? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Hold on, we're gonna do a map check. Map check. Indiana. All right, let me get a better idea. Who's near Michigan? Why do I feel like someone's up there in the Midwest North, whatever you call that? It's gonna bother me. Oh, very close to Kentucky. Oh, there you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I see. Yes. Got it. I felt like she was near Michigan. That's all I could remember. Cincinnati Airport actually in Kentucky. What? Blasphemy. Yeah, West Virginia, all that. It's definitely a place I could stop on the way. My hope is to skirt, and nothing's been set in stone, obviously. Skirt the top of the United States, mainly. And another fun thing that I hope to do is when I visit my friend, we're hoping to go along the coast of California because there's a road that just goes all the way up and down the coast. And that sounds like it'll be amazing. Just to see the other ocean, you know. It's like, oh, there it is. Oof. Put my foot in. Ah, the water's cold. So, yes, Ohio is definitely a place I could hit midway just to see that. And, of course, there's always the option of visiting Kentucky. Seeing what It's Bourbon Night is up to. I don't know if they'd want to do any collabing stuff because they're very, very busy with what they're doing with their channel. And a big end goal, not so much for traveling the United States in my car, but at some point I hope to get to the other side of the pond, just to get out of the country for a little while and see Roy. Oh, Roy in Scotland. He's come over here. I've met him in person once already, but it'd be nice to go over there where all the Scotch is, you know. Another note, I do have a bottle of Scotch that should show up at some point soon. Sugar Kitty, you know. Cross fingers. I was just happy that this bottle showed up today. I didn't even have to sign for it, by the way. Don't tell anyone, but they just like dropped it off down the hallway. I was like, dude, I'm supposed to sign. Whatever. I got the bottle. That's all that matters. And I have a nice new bottle box if I ever do a giveaway in November. Reminder, the big giveaway is in November again. Been to the Cincy airport while we were temporarily grounded with weather problems. Ooh. Richie's, yeah, I have met Chad and Sarah twice. Well, the first time I went over to see them, we had dinner together. The only problem was it was a very busy and loud restaurant, and they paid for it, which is amazing. And the next time I went there was when I went to visit them for Bourbon on the Banks. That was probably 2 years ago now. And unfortunately, what I found, for whatever reason, Bourbon on the Banks, which I do recommend anyone go do, because It's Bourbon Night's usually there, is, it's just really nice. Wait. Oh, Bourbon on the Banks happens almost the same day. It does happen the same day this year as the Bastards Ball in Texas. So my hands are tied with, like, I could go to the Bourbon on the Banks and hang out with Chad and Sarah and have a good time with that, which I would. I've done it. It's great. I have some great memories that have been put in my brain from going there and hanging out with them and being around whiskey folk. Or, here's the kicker, going to Texas, the Bastards Ball, where I'm somewhat of a celebrity. No, I'm not. Moreover, I'm a whiskey sommelier. The whiskey vault is there. I can go in there and try any whiskey I want. And there's a lot of them. So it's a tough call, but when there's a whiskey vault, and a whiskey vault I can get into, ooh, the choice is made for me, really. Get to Columbus. Positively make sure you go to visit Schmidt's German restaurant and butcher shop. Whoa. Schmidt's? I know a Schmidt. I think my family has someone whose last name is Schmidt. Let's put it on the list. Columbus Schmidt's. Well, everyone, it's almost that time. Thank you for joining me for your Wellness Wednesday. I hope your mood, your well-being has improved just from getting to hang out and talk to some people on the internet. Thank you for bringing your time and attention here, as always. This happens only because you want it to. You're the ones who make the channel better, and you're the ones who help me feel better, and I hope I can do more in the future that will keep you entertained. But with that, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Special thanks to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.